And change is on the way for LAPD, and civil rights leaders in Southern California are calling it a serious step in the right direction. Hooray! This week, the LA Police Commission is approving a new use of force policy for the department. BNC correspondent Walter Morris is live in Los Angeles with the details. Good afternoon, Walter.
Good afternoon, Laverne. So in just a few weeks, all LAPD officers will be legally required to step in and do the right thing if they see another cop crossing the line. So let's go to video, check this out. So Tuesday, the Los Angeles Police Commission voting unanimously in favor of this new use of force policy. Under the new rules, police officers are required to intervene if they notice another officer using excessive force, and they will face the same consequences as the offending officer if they don't. The new policy also requires police officers to immediately report a fellow officer who they see use excessive force on the job, and it bans any officer who's received an excessive force complaint from training other cops for at least 3 years. Now, this new policy also outlaws retaliation against anyone who files one of those excessive force reports, and the change will bring the department in line with the new state law. Back in September, Governor Gavin Newsom signing AB 26 into law, which essentially requires all police officers to step in and stop another officer if they see them using excessive force. Local activists we talked to say this is something they've been pushing for years, but more work needs to be done.
I'm greatly pleased that the commission has heard the voices of so many in our city, from the activists to religious leaders to residents who are just quite disturbed and troubled by the LAPD's history of abusing its residents and going unpunished. It's a small step in the right direction, but certainly our fight continues to change the culture that's been within the LAPD for decades and decades and decades. To his credit, Chief Moore, who I have a good relationship with, he's been very amenable in talking to myself and other leaders, trying to get at the root causes. So we have to continue the partnership with LAPD and community leaders to try to have a zero policy to make sure this doesn't happen to any other LA resident again with them being mistreated by an LAPD officer.
And back out here live now, that new law goes into effect January 1st. We did reach out to the LAPD for more details, but a rep for the department saying they have no further comment. That's the latest from here. I'll send it back to you in studio.
Walter, some people are saying that these policy changes seem like they're just common sense. Why is it taking so long?
Well, activists we talked to say it's really not just about the policy, but really changing the culture within the department. And some of these new policies really just formalize some of the things that should have been best practices. For example, like filing that report immediately. Reporting live in Los Angeles, I'm Walter Morris for BNC.